let's talk about some relationship confusion, or let's say meeting people confusion. This is a lot going on. But when you pull it, when you string it all together, it don't really make any sense, and it needs to be talked about. Okay. Now, first of all, you've seen multiple videos of men trying to get a girl's attention, and the girl snap on him immediately. Like she drop a 10 bands and he pick it up. Excuse me, you dropped the money. As soon as he say excuse me, she turn around and say I don't have a man. We've seen multiple different videos like that, basically telling you that, basically just letting you know that women basically don't give you no conversation. All of us are ignorant. All of us think all the guys want to talk to. Like that's what those type of shorts portray. That's what it's trying to say. And I'm not for that. I don't kirk out on people. I've never kirked out on anybody to try to get my attention. Period. I've never told a person that they need money just to have a conversation. I've never did that. But it's a lot of shorts going around for years. Like, some baddie walking away, and some dude say, excuse me, and she's like, it's like this the whole that whole money hungry, or you not too cute and so cute, or whatever it is. I've seen multiple videos like that in shorts, and I know y'all have too. The problem is, I never really thought of the reason on why a woman would do that. Just because she's somebody's getting her attention. Like I was like, yo, that's over exaggerated. They just trying to make women seem like something. You know what I mean? And then I just came across this video of basically a woman went out by herself and sat down at a bar. The man that was sitting beside her sparked the conversation, and they were just talking about anything under the sun. There was no flirting going on. He didn't buy her no meal. She was buying her own stuff. And then the conversation, I guess, started getting good. They was buying each other shots of alcohol. Okay, after it was all said and done, it was 5 hours went by. He kirked out on her, saying that she was wasting his time because she didn't want nothing from him. And she said it. She said, I got my own money. I don't want sex from you. I don't want anything from you. And he was mad because she didn't want anything. The confusion is there, and it's hard to tell which one is which. It's hard to tell which guys are actually loony and who's just a little off the rocker. You know what I mean? It's hard to tell the normal men, for real. It's hard to tell normal men from the ones that's on this type of behavior. It's really hard to tell. Now, he's basically saying you shouldn't give no man no type of attention, no type of conversation at all. He's basically saying you shouldn't have talked to me at all. Because he was like, come on, if we're all adults, we're all human beings, we're regular people, and a lot of women have heart, and we care about people. Okay, she sat down, he started talking, the conversation got good, they started buying each other shots, bro. It's a regular you know how many times, like, men have actually went out and did that with another man? You know how many times a man has sat down at a bar beside another man and talked about all stuff under personal stuff, the traffic. They talked about the weather. They talked about politics, history, their girlfriends, past relationships. They actually spent more money than they would on a date and expect sex from on that stranger, and he's a male. They left and never seen each other again. Or they do this every weekend. They don't really know each other like that. But just whenever they come to the bar, he spend money on him. He spend money. You know how many times that's happened, and it's totally innocent when two men are doing it. But if a woman want to just sit and give a man a time of day and have a regular conversation about the traffic, about the weather, about history, the politics, she owe you something? Blasphemy, man, blasphemy. And this is why people don't. Some girls just, they don't want to be bothered. So if they don't want to hear nothing you have to say, it's because she's probably dealt with a man that just because she asked a question, he answered it with, let me see your boobs. So, I mean, it's certain people's been through certain things that make them react a certain way. Really, it shouldn't be pointing at the women. Y'all men really need to have some type of a congregation. Y'all really need to talk to each other and pick which one. Choose which one you're going to be. Are you the person that don't want a woman to talk to you period, about anything under the sun, unless she's guaranteed going to sleep with you? Or are you the person that is fine with regular conversation from a stranger you're not on a date with? Do you understand me? If you choose to spend your money on a stranger you're not on a date with, how can you expect anything from her? And another thing, bruh, the loneliness, or whatever y'all men want to call it, bruh, is so desperate. It's desperate. It screams desperate. It screams, I don't care and my stuff is dirty. That's what it screams, man. If you really are upset that a stranger won't sleep with you because of one conversation, you don't even know who she is for real. Don't y'all? And matter of fact, you men know, because I know y'all have done this before. A lot of men, if you haven't done it, you know a man that portrayed to be someone else on some Frankie Lyman type stuff because they knew who they really was, might not get the girl that they were trying to talk to. So you've already did it. You know what it is. You act like she can't have an agenda that's not just about getting your money. How about her agenda is getting her rocks off and she has STDs? How about if that's the agenda? How about if she's in town just for the weekend and she told you she lives here, gave you a fake name, gave you all her STDs and went back to live wherever she live at? You don't even know her name or where she's at. And this is the life of real people. Real people get stuff because they made these type of decisions. And they expect and they live with it and don't want to tell other people, but they want to go on live with a regular life and don't want to tell other people that they got an STD. I don't know if y'all know who Shula King is, but on YouTube, he posted a picture of a girl that had a tattoo, and it was, you could tell her pubes were shaved, and the tattoo was on her pubes. So as soon as her hair start growing down there, the tattoo will be, you won't be able to see the tattoo, but it said peas in the tattoo. So she don't. That's any woman, any person that's gonna tattoo that right down there. They ain't going to talk to you about having it. They're not going to talk to you about having it. And for real, what type of man will get down to that, to butterball naked and squint his eyes to see what that tattoo say down there before he do something? Real talk. How you know he even going to see it? I'm just saying, like, the desperateness is just shining. And any man, honestly, that see me and really want me to be in the sack with them without knowing me, like, bruh, I know a lot of women look clean. I know a lot of men look clean, but it don't mean nothing, bro. I'm gonna look at you a certain type of way. Like, bro, how many times have you ever? How many STDs have you had? Because how many times have you did this? How many times have you seen a woman without getting to know her, without none of that? Y'all had one little couple hours of a conversation. You went home and smashed. How many times have you really did that? That's really disgusting. All right, it's really disgusting. And I know a lot of people probably did this before. You know, you're a teenager, you're in your 20s at some point in time. Bruh, no, that is absolutely disgusting. But that's part of what guys want. They want that date. After that first date, you think, bruh, and let me talk about the dating. This is for everybody that don't understand why women think that they can go out on a date and you pay for the meal and them not be entitled to kiss you or do anything physical with you or, take it there, go back to your house. Now, I'm going to tell you the reason why. And I'm not here for you to like the reason, but I'm going to tell you the reason why. Now, this might not be the reason for everybody, but it's definitely the premise. This is the bottom line of why they think they can do that, all right? This is for all the men and the women that want to listen. Now, a date does not have to be anywhere that costs money, first of all. But if you're a male and you don't want to spend money or on a woman, or if you're concerned about getting some and how much money if you're concerned about any of that, the money to getting some ratio, if you're concerned about any of that, don't take her to anywhere that you need to spend money. If she got a problem with that, then you already know what type of woman you're dealing with. take it a step further. If you know what type of woman you're dealing with, ask her if it's cool for us to go Dutch on the first date. If she has a problem with that, you already know who you're dealing with. You already know that you're not going to get something. But a lot of men just like to roll the dice. And if they don't get what they want, then they get upset. Okay? But I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm going to tell you what it is. Now, these are yeses, yes and no questions. You don't have to think too hard on what I'm about to say. Okay? If on the day that y'all go out, if y'all go out to eat, because I see that's what the problem is. Y'all are spending money on food, and you're expecting something from that because he spent the money, she didn't spend it. All right? That's what it is. So if that's the case, ask yourself this. Will she eat if she wasn't with you? Will she be able to pay for her own food if she wasn't on a date with you? That day that y'all went on a date, would she starve that whole 24 hours? If the answer is no, and she could actually stay at home and eat or go out and eat and not talk to you at all, not go on no date at all, you're really not doing anything for her by taking her out on a date. Y'all are getting to know each other. That's why y'all should just go ask to go Dutch. If that's what the big deal is. I honestly paid for every meal that I have unless he tell me not to. My first date with strangers, I pay for my own meal. I've always have. I've never once had this problem in my life dating because I always pay for my own food. Always. And it's not because I thought he would think that he's going to get something from me, just because I was raised like that. That's just how I was raised. And I don't like the feeling of anybody thinking they have something over me, male or female. Especially when it comes to money. I don't like it. So I'm not going to let I'm not going to have a stranger make me feel like that. I'll pay for my own meal. All the time. Unless he demands that I don't. But back to what I was saying. I know by the time somebody's probably getting upset and want to talk about me physically, it's not about me. This isn't about me. This is a problem that I hear on throughout all social media. That I see men and women. Doesn't matter the gender and it don't matter the race. I see everybody talking like this is the issue. Either she's acting like she's too good to have a conversation, or he's acting like he deserves something because of the conversation. But let me go on. She don't need you to eat. What you're doing, taking her out, is not a favor. I understand y'all like, oh, well, she be hungry, oh, all the stuff she ordered. Bruh, she can pay for it herself, though. She can go out and pay for all of that stuff herself. You are honestly paying for a conversation. When you take a woman out to dinner, you're paying for a conversation if you don't know who she is. If it's your first time taking her out and you don't know her, y'all are strangers, you're paying for a conversation over food. You shouldn't take her nowhere you gotta pay. You gotta pay for anything. Get creative. Google dates or places to take somebody that don't cost any money. Google it. Figure it out. Find something. You know what I mean? If this is your issue. Now vice versa. Men, ask yourself this. You're paying for the meal, so you don't need her at all. You don't need her. You don't need her. But ask yourself, who do you need to actually have intercourse with? Do you need her specifically? Do you need her specifically? Is there anybody else you can call? If there's nobody you can call to soil your royal oats, to soil your royal oats, and that means you need her. She don't need you. This is a conversation, y'all. You're paying for a conversation. You don't have to take her nowhere that costs any money. You don't know who she is. You don't know nothing about her. You don't have to pay for it. She don't have you, especially if you ask her to go out. She could be minding her business eating like she's been taking care of herself all of this time, right? She look good enough for you to take her out. It's not like she look like she's starving. She don't look malnutritious. Nutritious. Like, she could pay for her own food. Now, but you wanting, it seemed like all she probably wanted is a conversation. She don't really, if you want to take her out, fine. You want to take her out to eat, fine. But that's not really what she's looking for when you approached her to go out. Okay? She's probably, if she said yes, then she wants to get to know you and see if we can really take this somewhere. If y'all really think a woman go out with you just for food, bro, if you really think that, you're not even talking to the right woman, and y'all still want to go out on a date because she looks good. That's why I don't feel sorry for a lot of dudes, bro. Y'all settle for so many things and put up with so much. So y'all put up with the worst behavior because a girl look good. Really. And I've seen it 100 times. A girl would tell a dude exactly about himself that's true, and he'll talk about her until she cry. And a baddie, the woman of his dreams, heard that whole conversation and walk up to him and clown him harder. Said exact same thing that she said. Then he'll be like, "Oh man, you just need to get to know me." Yeah, okay. You're weak. A lot of men are weak, and we know it. That's why a lot of women that's considered the baddies, that's considered the dimes, the silver dollars, all of that, that's why they can play you like strings. They put strings on their finger. They can do whatever they want to y'all. They can do whatever they want to y'all. And other women know it. Everybody knows this. We know it. We know that y'all are weak when it comes to the flesh. So when it comes to certain women looking good as a mug and want to go out, and she asks you to go to an expensive restaurant, you say yeah because you want to go out, you want to be seen beside her. That's y'all dumbness. Don't shoot the messenger. Listen, I'm old school, okay? I probably look a little young. Don't let the look fool you, okay? I'm not. I'm not young at all. But I'm telling you, when in my day, we spoke on the phone. People don't do that no more. And phones are so elevated. You can FaceTime. What's wrong with getting her number and having conversations for free? What happened? And I'm from the time when you used to buy your minutes. You used to purchase minutes. Okay? You have to purchase minutes to talk to people until they came out with free nights and weekends. We used to sit on the phone and talk about the stuff that people spend $100 on over food on the phone for free all day, all night if we want to. Nowadays, y'all can FaceTime. You can FaceTime every day. And to be honest, if a man, 2025, see, it all depends on the woman that you're talking to, because some women are born rich and entitled, and it's not going. These type of women are in a totally different tax bracket than a lot of other men. But if you're worth a damn, if you are a good person, good goals, nice, you're a nice person, you look nice or whatnot, if she gave you her number and y'all actually did FaceTime and talk to each other, you can get to know her like that for free without paying for nothing. You can get to know her over the phone. Over the phone, you can get to know her. Social media, you can get to know her. But a lot of the seeing you in person and spending money is an issue. Call her on the phone and talk to her. If you are worth anything, if you're worth a damn, do you know feelings can get enhanced? You can gain feelings for somebody from simply speaking to them. This is how it's supposed to be. Not like you ain't supposed to eat with your eyes and then marry her. That's not really what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get to know that person. That's why a lot of men get in relationships and then the woman do something and he act like he didn't know that she was capable of it. That just tells me that you didn't get to know your wife. You didn't get to know your baby mother or the girlfriend you were dating. You didn't get to know her if you didn't know that she was capable of it. Like, seriously. That's what I see. I see men diving right into the you know what. If a woman allows them to, they'll dive right into it. If she allows it, and it's really the issue is that a lot of people probably don't trust themselves to be a good enough person that a woman would actually want to date. That's what it's boiling down to. It's boiling down to, like, for real. I'm gonna be honest. Take looks out of it. If we were on a game show and nobody could see the way if I look, all the girls look, they couldn't see how all the guys look. I'm winning in conversation. I'm winning. But a lot of men don't know nothing about the person. They don't even want. They don't even care to know anything about her. They just like the way she looks and want to see her naked and have their way with her. That's really that's the bottom line. A lot of girls we're on to y'all shit. We're on to the shit, and I think that's why a lot of women don't want to be bothered. And like they said, we rather choose the bear. I had to look that up. Because I'm not in tune with, like, I really mind my business. But I see this everywhere. Not even if I'm looking for it, I still come across it. So I'm going to talk about it. Because I think this is something that can be avoided. And a lot of men is like, oh, yeah, it can be avoided. All she need to do is pay for her own food. All you need to do is talk to her and establish that before you go out. Like, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people just dive into things. Take your time, bro. Take your time. I heard a man tell a woman to take her time. Take your time with the menu. Because she ordered a steak fajita. It costs too much. Bro, I'm just saying, it's hard to tell which one is which when it comes to you guys, bro. It's hard to tell which one that don't think $50 is a lot of money. A lot of other men think $50 is guaranteed. I'm gonna have your way with you tonight, bro. Oh my God, like, y'all don't know that. Think about it, bro. Think, like, y'all really acting like there's no power in what you're asking for. You're acting like what you're asking us to give up from ourselves is nothing. Like, why not have sex with me? So what? Like, it's nothing. And even then, like, that's just a total like. So what is it gonna? Is it gonna be 2 minutes? Is it nothing because it's only gonna take 60 seconds? Like, what do you mean it's not? Like, why are you acting like my temple is nothing? And if it's nothing, then why are you so upset that you're not getting it? Like, bro, people, y'all, you need to have a congregation and figure out which one you're gonna be, really. If someone could kindly tell all women how to pick that person out by looking at them, then let us know. But it's really not. I don't see how women are in the fault for not knowing who to talk to and who not when a man is trying to get their attention. For somebody minding their business and just treating you like a human being and just entertaining whatever you have to say. If she entertains what you have to say, she owes you something. But your time, don't act like you're the only one that can be doing something else. If anybody's time is being wasted, it's both of y'all. It's not just one person. Okay? You can't tell another person that both of y'all went out a date or both of y'all talked for hours. You can't say you wasted my time. Both of y'all time was wasted if nothing's happening. Yeah, you think she wasted your time because you ain't getting nothing out of it. Bruh, you wasted her time by being an asshole at the end of the conversation. Like, bruh, again, initially this girl that I'm talking about, she didn't know him. They wasn't on no date. They wasn't flirting. He didn't buy her stuff. She was buying her own stuff. And then they started buying each other shots. Couldn't possibly spend that much money on her that she didn't already spend on herself, that you've seen her spending on herself. I just don't think that women are in the wrong in this situation. I think that this whole problem can be avoided by having an initial conversation. That's just the bottom line. If you don't want to look like that guy, you don't want her to think that you like this, and all of this stuff is crazy. But if you don't want her to think that you're the type of guy that thinks about how much money you're going to spend on a girl, even though, bro, that's a red flag. But even though if that's the type of guy you are, ask her for her phone number and then just FaceTime her. And don't be pushy with the FaceTime either, if you understand what I'm saying. She gonna FaceTime you whenever she wants to. If she don't want to FaceTime you, then y'all can sit on the phone for a certain amount of time, a couple days, a couple weeks, and then she can, if you worth it, she'll FaceTime you one day. I think a lot of guys or a lot of women too, people just go too fast, you know? They go too fast. They don't get to know the person that they're trying to talk to. They don't get to know them. They want everybody want theirs right now. And I get it, but not everybody has your best interest. And 90% of people always have their own agenda when they do anything, especially when with someone else. They have their own agenda. But for everybody who don't know, I used to go live a few years ago for a few years. I used to go live and I talked about boxing for the first hour of the live or so. And I talked about relationship talk. It was a little more detailed, but I might bring that back. I might bring that back and just talk on surface level, not deep like the liquor spot was, because the liquor spot was the stuff. The liquor spot was a great show, but I'm gonna have to bring back this relationship talk, just talking about stuff like this, because I think it could be easily fixed. Peace. Just saying it because I care.